Have you ever felt like this? I just don't get it. I've been streaming consistently, I've been playing unsaturated games, making new friends, joining stream teams, networking, and doing all the things that everyone tells me to do, and I'm just not growing my stream. I'm starting to think that I'm not good at this. I'm starting to think that streaming just isn't for me, even though I really love it. Well, you are not alone. In this video, I'm gonna show you 3 ways to know when you should abandon Twitch and move on. It's so sad. I don't like this video already. I think it's important that I put a disclaimer on this video and say by no means if you experience any of these things do I suggest that you stop streaming. I streamed for 3.5 or 4 years before I started creating content that really resonated with people, and I experienced each one of these things at some point in that journey. I only started resonating with people and growing a community after I found my value and decided to focus more on YouTube. So you might not need to quit, you might just need to find your value, which I have a video I'll link up here for you to figure that out, or just change up your content a little bit to put it in a format that resonates with people better. However, some of you might be at a crossroads and you need to think about how Twitch is impacting the rest of your life. That is the group of people that this video is for. Also, leaving Twitch does not mean that you are a failure by any means. I'm a big believer that everybody has a power inside of them and everybody has something extremely valuable to give to the world. Your value might not be best expressed on Twitch, and that's totally okay. Forcing your life to fit into this box that includes streaming inside of it might not be for you, but you could be depressing your power and depressing that thing that you could be contributing to the world by forcing yourself to fit into this like ideal streamer thing. Let's get into this before I just like get on my pedestal about being confident in your power and who you are. Okay, here are the 3 reasons that you might want to consider taking a step back from Twitch. The first reason is that you just can't get the mindset piece right. And this is such a huge part about streaming and content creation in general. So if you can't get this piece right, everything else is going to be so much harder for you. You see this a lot with people comparing themselves to large streamers, or if they're talking a lot about the numbers instead of having fun and making an impact in people's lives, or if they're just hyper focused on growth instead of on creating a change in the world. Creating this negative feedback loop about streaming in your mind can cause you to be inconsistent with it and can trigger your depression and your anxiety, and you really have to think like, is streaming really worth it if it's gonna be making you depressed and anxious? Is it worth it to just be miserable all the time because you're not reaching the goals that you feel like you should be reaching? And that's why I think this mindset piece is just so important, right? Like, you need to have fun and enjoy the process, and if you can't enjoy the process just yet, maybe you need to take a step back until you feel like you are in the space to be able to do that. But it's really important here that you know yourself and that you know how it is going to be best for you to learn to get into the right mindset. For some people, it might be continuing to stream. For some people, it might mean that you need to take a break. I continued to stream as I learned the correct mindset, but only by stepping away from Twitch and focusing more on YouTube did I realize exactly what I was doing and how harmful it was for my stream. The second reason that I suggest taking a step back is if Twitch is interrupting your life. If you are ignoring other responsibilities like financial responsibilities or your family or your schoolwork so that you can spend time streaming on Twitch, it's probably not the right time for you to be on the platform. Now, did I used to do this? Absolutely. I used to insist that streaming full-time was enough money and that it was putting me in the place to be able to grow my channel more, but that just wasn't the case, and I was putting the responsibility of making my bills onto my community, which is bad and can create just a negative community atmosphere. So you want to be aware of that if you're trying to go full-time at some point. Now, there is more than enough abundance online for you to be able to create a full-time income for yourself. And guess what? It isn't even that hard. But if your family is miserable and everyone surrounding you is miserable because you are investing so much time into this platform and you aren't seeing solid evidence of growth and you aren't seeing that income go up to be able to help your family, it might be time to take a step back and reprioritize and figure out those real life responsibilities first. The third reason you might want to leave Twitch is if you are excited about something else. If you're seeing growth somewhere else, your time might be better spent over there, especially if it's something that you're enjoying. I advocate for doubling down on the place that is actually seeing the growth than to keep trying in a bunch of places that you're not seeing any growth. I mean, obviously you have to enjoy it, but the place where you're growing might be the place where your value is best expressed. And that's awesome. You should definitely spend time at the place where people are really connecting with you. Taking a break from Twitch doesn't mean that you can't come back to the platform if your other options don't pan out or if you just miss the platform in your friends. I think that's a really cool part about content creation, is that there's always room to reiterate, to try again, and to come back with just even more vigor and to try something new and inject all this new energy into your content. If you like this video and you want to learn more, head over to patreon.com/ashnichrist. It's like $1 to get a bunch of access to a ton of other helpful resources that I just can't fit into these videos. Also, I have one-on-one coaching over there and it's super helpful and I really enjoy doing it, so definitely check that out if you can. If you're new here, make sure you slap me on the face right below this video to subscribe. Click a video on the right to keep on watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!